Welcome to the second annual Mary Ann Campo Fellowship Reading. We're so thrilled that Stephanie Balzer is the winner of this year's award and will be with us tonight to read her work. As many of you know, the Campo Fellowship honors Southern Arizona poets who have made a significant contribution to the art form as well as to our literary community.
And her service to the community has involved working for the Community Foundation for Southern Arizona, writing editorials, newsletters, marketing materials, press releases, fundraising letters, reports, all in service of expanding the receivership funding and infrastructure of the arts in our community. Her current work is as Executive Director of Voices, which continues her commitment to education and the arts. Her dedication to Tucson in particular manifests from the many unpaid positions that she holds as well. She served on the arts committees for the Arizona Commission on the Arts, currently co-edits the prose poem journal Q. Q is a journal primarily of prose poems, I believe, and so, yeah. She's also currently president of the board of directors of the local arts organization, which I'm sure you're familiar with, Casa Libre in Solano. Of her work, Barbara Colley has commented in a way that's much better, I think, than anything I could come up with. She knows the work quite well. That her recently completed, not published yet, book of poems, Revenant, and do you have a pub date on that yet?
Spring of this year.
Spring, and who is bringing that one out?
Corey.
Corey Press, of course. Is masterful in transporting in its form and its orchestration of themes. She's using the prose poem form, the prose box as a playground, a diorama. The graphic matches the visual motifs and signature ideas of crew, making of fragments a beautiful weave and paraphrasable plot.
We work with youth 14 to 21 to document to help them, provide them with a safe space and the skills training and positive relationships to document their real life stories. And we also help provide platforms to share them with the world. I have copies of the magazine that our youth produce. It's over here on this table, so after the reading tonight, if you want to pick one up and take it with you, please do. I also want to ask you to mark your calendars for May 13th. That is another reading of our youth work, also an exhibit of their artwork, their photographs. So please do come. We would love to have you. It's free. It's, I think, one of the most amazing readings in Tucson. And tonight I'm so happy that so many voices, colleagues and youth and board members and advocates are here tonight. It's really, and donors and contributors to the work that we do. So thank you so much. The first section that I'm going to read is from my chapbook that is called Revenant, as Bill said, to be published by Corey Press this spring. It doesn't need much more of an introduction, but I do want to say the poems in this piece have, in this chapbook, have a dramatic arc. So the book itself has a beginning and a middle and an end. And all of the poems build on each other and speak to one another. So I'm going to read them without, they don't have titles. So I'm going to read them all at once, so you can kind of keep one in your mind as we move on to the next and think of it as part of a whole. And I think I need a drink of water first. Despite spray-painted tags on its low-slung concrete brick wall, the alley seems more country road than city lamb, pioneering, carved out of necessity. Like a knuckle to the finger, the driveway curves off the alley, ending in a wooden fence the MacArthur's sons built by hand. But previously the house was condemned, squatted and rewilding in the purity of decay, a reduction or elevation, whichever one prefers. No floor except dirt worn low along the footpath and walls that softened to paste in a monsoon. But they loved it anyway, their little adobe bungalow with punch windows. Above, a red-tiled roof. Below, a foundation as solid as the rock eventually beneath. Mrs. MacArthur apologizes for the ruined curtains, the former tenant smoked. It's a shame why he moved, she says, and you ask. He killed someone, tried to hide the evidence. Standing in your dirt lot front yard, you wait until she leaves, cry, then unload another box of books and consider where the couch should go. You disinfect kitchen cupboards with bleach, eroding spots of barbecue sauce and rings from sticky jars. What food did he throw out to make room for yours? Turning salad dressings, soy sauce, withered peas embedded in ice. You liked the idea from breaking from the ordered streets, too. When Mrs. MacArthur told you about the accident, you felt the tenant's aura, perhaps, the weight of her words, surely, but you'd already signed the lease. Some houses consider space like a new idea or a sip of wine on the tongue. Not this one. This house pushes against openness from the inside out, as though it were water, threatening to crush or sweep one away in a current. Tiny rooms, bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, coil around a middle. There are no hallways. It's a house you could draw, a house you couldn't forget. Forensic scientists in Tennessee study bodies in stages of rot. They walk their laboratory, a courtyard, noting bloat, the beetle's gnaw, bacteria's coup d'etat. For the young, death is the ineffable. But now you consider the equalizer. A pretty blonde is a fat man. You imagine everyone after 5, 2 weeks, 18 days gone. Belief in a soul, what once hung suspended and quivering, decays too, mechanistically and involuntarily. Is the afterlife invented or instinctive? Are we like river water that moves through waves, or ocean waves that move through water? Nothing's new in fear. The impulse is to find your way back, like the prisoner who repents. Prayer the only way to accept the body abandoned and reinforced. River water moves through waves, but ocean waves move through water. A river wave is a misnomer. River water is in motion, but the wave is not. Obeying gravity, a river and whatever it carries suspended, silt and sand, pebbles, leaves and sticks, flows over dislodged rocks and upended logs. Obstacles that, once sheathed, give the appearance of waves, adopting the shape of the ground beneath. Ocean waves give the appearance of water progressively traveling from one point to another. But in an ideal wave, water follows a circular path in a vertical plane, rising as the crest approaches and falling as it passes. Picture an orange snatched by the tide. It zigzags along the shore, rolling in and out, until someone picks it up and throws it past the break. There it will bob up and down, tirelessly, without traveling far from where it first landed. Once in Hawaii, after a heavy storm, you watched rainwater carve a riverbed from the heights of a volcano to the beach. Morgan wants to know, a provisional river? Yes, the way a flooded street is. Surfers, salted and tan, came in from the ocean to set their boards atop the stationary crests that shaped to the sand shifting below and rode the waves for hours. Tourists lined up on the river's edge to watch them close up, fascinated by the tensed crouch within arm's reach. When you close your eyes and imagine the ocean's ideal wave, you're not standing on the beach meeting it face to face, but are a presence hovering above, as though in a boat. But there is no boat, not even a visible shoreline, just vast blue. This you is the abstract you,